This is the church of St. Photini. It's in the city of Nablus in Israel, and this is the location of Jacob's well. Jacob was the father of the entire Jewish nation, the grandson of Abraham. In the 4th chapter of the Gospel of John, we learn that on his way back to Galilee from Jerusalem, Jesus and his disciples stopped here to refresh themselves and to get something to eat. It was here that he and a Samaritan woman both came to this well at the same time, and the two of them struck up a conversation. This woman was from a race of people that the Jews despised, the Samaritans. We learn from the Bible that she had 5 former husbands, and that she was currently living with a man to whom she was not married. Now, we don't know the real name of this woman. However, history has given her a name, and that is Photini, meaning the Enlightened One. And enlightened she was, because according to the Gospel of John, she became the first person in the world to whom Jesus revealed that he was the Messiah. You can see on the top of one of these pillars, there is a glass case containing a jar. This jar is either supposed to be the one that Photini used to gather her water, or it simply represents the jar that she used at that time. Inside this glass case is a fragment of a skull cap, and it is supposedly part of the remains of Saint Photini herself. Here is a photograph of the church as it existed only a few years ago. As you can see, it had no ceiling, but there was an Orthodox priest here who was the guardian of the church at that time. His name was Father Philomenos. On November 29, 1979, Father Philomenos was murdered by a mentally deranged man named Asher Raby, who threw a hand grenade into the church that exploded. While trying to escape, Father Philomenos was attacked by Raby, who killed the priest with an axe. Here you can see an icon depicting this event. The attacker then escaped and was not captured until 3 years later, when another priest became the guardian of the church. His name was Father Justinos. Asher Raby came back and tried to kill Father Justinos as well, but the priest broke the leg of the attacker, who was soon arrested. Today, the sarcophagus of St. Philomenos is right here in the front of the church. After the death of Philomenos, Father Justinos set out to complete the restoration of the church, which was finished within the first decade of the 21st century. Father Justinos laid literally all of the mosaics and painted all of the icons in the church, including the great picture of Jesus high above you in the dome. To do this, he had to lie on his back, suspended on a scaffold, painting what is called the Christ Pantocrator, or Christ the Almighty. This particular image of Jesus is on the dome of virtually every Eastern Orthodox church in the world. So let's go down into the crypt of this church, which houses the well that the Patriarch Jacob built there over 3,500 years ago. Now, there are several places in the Holy Land where we can be sure that we are standing within Jesus' 3-foot circle, and this is one of them. In John 4:11, the woman who met Jesus told him that the well is deep, and deep it is, about 46 meters, or 135 feet. You can still draw water from this well and drink from it, just like Jesus did. Father Justinos once claimed to drink from this well every day. When she came to draw water, this woman, whose name we do not know, was broken. But in the course of a 2-minute conversation with Jesus, her entire narrative changed. To begin, not only was she the first person to whom Jesus revealed that he was the long-awaited Messiah, but according to the Gospel of John, she was the very first person to bring the gospel to the Samaritans, which is why St. Photini is called the mother of all evangelists. A woman, a Samaritan, and a sinner. But with the touch of the Master, none of that mattered. And now she had a hope and a future, and in the end, eternal life through Jesus Christ.